This PSA was brought to you by the Peter G Show.
You may have second thoughts after the show.
Don't drink the foster. We're really talented. We should get Oscars.
Just pick out a car, for Christ's sake.
No, my name is Peter. Yeah, I want. Here's good.
Yeah.
Madam Perry.
I need to get back in the genie bottle.
Louis from Pennsylvania, you're on. He likes it. It's showtime.
Peter G Show, divorced dad, single dad, divorced dad, single dad, Peter G Show.
And that it is. It's showtime. Wednesday, as always, right here, Life of Peter G, the Peter G Show, every Wednesday, like clockwork, 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, and 9 p.m. on the East Coast. Definitely, God willing. How the hell is everybody? Glad you could make it. For those of you signed on, for those of you that'll be joining us, for those of you that'll be listening to us in the near future, or on and on and on, welcome. Thank you. It's like, what a day. It's so weird because running all day long, making this, it gets crunch time. I mean, we work on this stuff days before and through the week and all blah, blah, blah. But then I'm expected to sit down here and relax and just, okay, now take it nice and slow. It's like, yeah, easy for you to say. I'm all jacked up from all the hustle of what we've been doing this morning and afternoon. It's been kind of strange. A lot of things going on. A lot of balls in there, but it's good. It's good. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I hope everybody's doing well. So tonight, we're supposed to have veteran rock journalist Stephen Rosen, because he wrote a book right here. He wrote a book about Edward Van Halen because he spent the first 26 years hanging out with Edward Van Halen from Van Halen in the early days. And this is a great book. I mean, it's a big book. It's just packed full of stories and things like that. And tonight I'm supposed to have Stephen Rosen on. However, Stephen had a little bit of a scheduling conflict. So guess what happens? I'm going to have to reschedule him, and I apologize. These things happen. It doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen. Oh, look. Let's start the evening. Hey, Pete. Hey, Paul. Congratulations. Won't be seeing you no more. For those of you, Paul just handed over his nuts. He got remarried. It's like... it's a joke. Just kidding. He's happy. It's all that matters. And so where were we? So we're going to have to reschedule with Stephen, and because I want to get this story out because it's important. But have no worry. Never fear. We got so much life going on daily in our world right now that I got plenty of stuff to talk about. I know you're dying to hear me bitch about stuff or bring things to your attention, which I am. And again, I remind you, I'm a professional. Don't try this at home. All right? Do not try this at home. Do not try this at home. It's dangerous. This week I've gotten called even a more varietic cluster of names of haters. I mean, I've gotten it's just when you think you get called every name in the book from these people who just have nothing else, but they just want to call you names because they don't agree with you. But they always find there's some creative ones out there. I mean, actually, there's some basic name calling, but yet I haven't been called it. And someday I need to put together a whole list. That'll take up the whole show right there. But there's a lot of people that disagree with a lot of the things I'm saying, and I'm going to say it again. Number one, I don't care, but I do care. I'm going to say these things, and if you agree, great. If you disagree, that's okay. Life's full of choices. I'm not going to hate you for it. Although these people, by judging by their comments, they already prejudge me and don't like me because it's just not in agreement to them, and yet they can't really bring anything to the table to justify it. But that's okay. I don't care. Life is so damn short. I'm over it. Again, I bring this information to enhance and or enlighten some of your thoughts. Some people will take this into account and say, gee, Peter, I did not know that. Thank you. And some people would just tell me to F off because they don't want to hear. I mean, they won't even take the time. They already know what they think they know, or, know they know, or think they know what they know, And then that's it. They refuse to broaden their horizons. The term knowledge is power is very true, and ignorance is bliss. So tonight I'm going to talk about things that are going on right now, like I do a lot lately, because there's so much important stuff. So we're going to have some fun. I got some great videos to show you. And again, I'm really hoping I can get Steven Rosen on real soon, because I just want to have him on. He came to me asking me. I checked out the book. It's like, yeah, good stuff. I came from a music background, spent a very short time with Edward Van Halen back in the early 2000s, and he has half a lifetime with Eddie, and so it's going to be good stuff. Hope to have him back, and we get this all straightened out. We can make it all work. But that's it with that. So tonight I'm going to talk about, because unfortunately this past week has all been about tariffs. The orange man bad. The biggest mistake he's made in his whole life. Tariffs. And I'm watching people on Facebook, and again, people I love. There's a lot of people on there I care very much about, but they're so deep into the hatred, and they claim they do their research, but define where you and how you do your research. And they are just like, we're going down in flames. The sky is falling. The libtards' brains are melting, freaking out. And I bet half of them don't even have stocks and don't think this through. And again, here we are only 3 days later from when, our president announced these tariffs, and life already today, big upturn swing, going up, cha-ching, in your face. Shut the hell up. With love. I'm just tired of the panicking. The sky is falling. No sooner does the information come out and people just start losing their shit and jumping online, having to voice their opinion of panic and doom and gloom and all this stuff. And all of a sudden, then it's crickets. Days later, a week later, it's crickets. On to the next thing. Because I got to tell you, with this president, every single day, he's on in front of the cameras. They're all in the Oval Office with all these reporters. He's holding court every single day. There's things going on. It's 90 miles an hour. It's awesome. It's friggin' awesome. Today, he had NASCAR people over there. Yesterday was the LA Dodgers. I mean, every single day. Let me tell you, old Joe didn't know whether he was coming or going. That could barely get him to do anything. And when he did, he had to have a cue card, and he couldn't even get that right. I'm right. I wouldn't say this stuff. If everything was good, I'd be right there with you. But I just, I've just come to an age where I am actually paying attention now. And I am playing. And I'm not going to make believe like everything's great when it's not. I'm a really bad faker. I don't smile when there's no reason to smile. It doesn't work, but I do smile a lot. I do, because most of the time it's all good. But anyway, it just blows my mind. Friggin' people, and again, a lot of people I love very much, and and it's I don't know. I'm just dumbfounded by the whole thing. But again, that's life, and everybody comes around at their own time and pace, and not everybody comes around. But we're going to talk about that tonight. Plenty to talk about. And don't forget, please, subscribe. The YouTube channel is always hurting. It's like pulling teeth to get people to subscribe. Please, go to YouTube, hit the subscribe button. It's free. Hey, man. Pensacola watching. Good. What you watching in Pensacola? Appreciate you taking the time. I know you're subscribed. God bless you. But anyway, all of you, it's about a 5-to-1 ratio of people who are subscribed and people who tune in and watch but are not subscribed. Go to Facebook, the official Peter G Show page. Hit the follow button or the like, whatever the hell it is. It'll also tell you when I'm on. And if you're going to take the time to watch live, you can comment just like Lonnie did or just like Paul did. And I can most of the time read them. Today, it's nobody's commenting like crazy yet, and sometimes they slip by. But if you got questions or you want to say something, I'll check it out if I can. But go to the official Peter G Show page on Facebook, hit the like or the follow, and it'll tune you in. And the YouTube official Peter G Show page. I need help over there. They are still not with the program when it comes to freedom of speech. They're just not, and I know it. So it's a hard climb, especially when they pull your shows down. But stick with me. Keep, subscribing over there. We will overcome. Amen. We will see. And also, again, if you missed the live shows, fear not. You can watch any of these shows, over 400 shows, on demand. On YouTube, just you can catch a lot, but on Facebook, everything's there, from all the short clips and the full version shows. All the short clips are on Instagram. All the short clips are on TikTok. Again, on the Rumble are the full shows, and Rumble, BitChute has been very good to us over there. And I know a lot of you are very busy. And you want to listen to the show either, after on demand or live. Oh, you can't listen to it live. Yeah, you can. Put an earbud in your ear. Google Peter G Show podcast. You can listen to the audio version. We're on 26 different platforms. You can't listen to the live shows live. Through YouTube you can. Yes, you can. No, you can't. But there's over 400 shows. And again, you're driving to work. It's boring driving to work. Hour commutes. A lot of these people exercising when you're at work. Work is definitely boring. Put an earbud in your ear. Listen to the audio version. It's the next best thing to be in there. Please. You have full choices. There's all kinds of stuff. You know what we do. Besides the daily current events, there's shows on alcoholism, depression, health, funny stuff. Well, there's funny in between everything. I know funny. But all kinds of good stuff. So just do it, all right? Do me a solid. I mean, you're taking the time to watch anyway. It doesn't hurt to just hit the subscribe. It's free, folks. It's free. It's all I ask from you guys. Pretty much. Where are we at? Oh, let me just tell you a quick story. So, I think I mentioned last week that I got contacted by someone who I grew up with. Literally, one of the first childhood friends I ever had, other than family. He probably was the first childhood friend I ever had. Probably around 4 years old, maybe even younger. He lived about 5 houses down from me when I was growing up in Connecticut. And he contacted me. I've been looking for this guy for 32, 33 years. He's just not a social guy. I can't find him. And so you can only do what you can do. We have spoken. The last time we spoke was probably 1991, 92, when I first got here to LA. Somehow or another, he called me for some reason. And I physically saw him in 85 when I went back to Connecticut to visit. But that was it. Haven't seen him. Wondering if he's still alive, blah, blah, blah. Well, somehow he found me. And he left me his phone number. And I called him yesterday. And the problem is, you get all excited because there's 30 some odd years of how you doing in the phone call. And it's like, you can't stuff it all in. However, he did he did end up reminding me of something that, I have forgotten. I try to remember a lot of things, but he reminded me of something. He said, Pete, I remember when we were down at your house and your dad, you pissed your father off, or he doesn't remember what I did wrong. He says, and I remember watching your father take his belt off. He says, and he ran and hid. And in Connecticut, we had radiators, and my basement was half. My dad fixed up half of the basement. Like half of it was like living, was a full-on kitchen with kitchen table and sink, oven, a washer, dryer, the whole thing, even though we had that upstairs as well. And the other half was like basement, where there was an oil burning furnace. For those of you that live in the north, you know what I'm talking about. And the oil man has to come, and they literally like, put oil, and it goes down a tube into this big tank. And he says, I remember running and hiding under the oil tank while your old man was beating your ass. It's like, no, I don't remember that occasion. I remember getting my ass. My father was old school. I've told many stories. In fact, the reason this came up was because he asked me what's the deal with my folks? How's my folks? And I had to tell him that they passed away. My mother in 2016 and my dad in 2019. And literally, my father's death date was just a week ago. And that is what brought on the whole reminding, what do you remember? And I told him, I said, I told him a few things, and then he tended to remember that. It's like, out of all the things you can remember, you remember me getting my ass beat. And I'm telling you, my father, he was a no bullshit. I mean, he was a goof, but if you pissed him off, and he was a little guy, he wasn't no big guy, but if you pissed him off, he was serious business. And back in those days, even your neighbors would beat your ass for them if you're getting out of line. It was just the way it was. It's nothing like it is today. Nothing. Everybody looked out for everybody. We knew all our neighbors. We ran around all night and day until it was dark out. My mother would be hanging out the window screaming for me to come home at the end of the day or whenever. And if you were out of reach of hearing her, the kids in between would go, Peter, your mother's calling you. It's just crazy. Good times. But anyway, so I'm talking to my old friend, and I'm going, look, dude, 32 years is a long time. A lot has happened for you, for me, but we're both still here. I said, let me catch up with you another time. Yes, life is busy, and I got a lot going on, but it was good to talk to you, and we'll catch up another time. It's just, a lot of time has passed. A lot of things change. But he had to bring up me getting my ass beat by my old man, as if, again, I remember many times, but I just don't remember that occasion. I guess because there were so many times that, it just becomes old hat. I mean, I don't think I was a really bad kid, but I had my share of pushing the limits. I pushed the limits. Again, I wasn't a bad kid, but, my father was old school. You're not home for dinner. Especially, I've told the story many times on this show about being home late. He had to come find me for Easter dinner. I mean, that was the ultimate sin. Go look. It's in some of the shows. Go look around Easter time. I've told that story. My old man was old school. God bless him, though. I miss him to death. And my mother, too. But anyway, so that was just, it was a different time. That's all I can say. Way different. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to, where is it? Oh, you got to be kidding me, right? Yeah, hang on one second. Because I just forgot to do something, and I got to do it now. I do. We're going to talk about tariffs tonight, and all the crap that's going on with everybody losing their minds for nothing because they just fly off the handle way too quickly, and it just drives me nuts. Because look what's happening. And I got some really good information. I mean, to compare, just hopefully to bring a few people to reality. I know that there's a bunch of them I'm never going to. It's just the way it is. It ain't going to happen. But again, if you have any comments or anything you want to say, please do. Please do. I mean, even as of right now, what did Paul say? The market was nuts today. Thank you, President Trump. Yeah, it just skyrocketed again today. After everybody's freaking out, going, it's good. We're going to crash and burn. We're going to crash and burn. Give me yeah. So, just take a pill. Everybody just freaking relax. Although it's easier said than done. It just doesn't happen that easily. It just doesn't. And it's sad. But that's the way it is. But that's what we're going to talk about. I think here's what we're going to do. Yeah, oops, one more. I just when I think I'm done. Let's see. Please bring back some back off the cliff. What? please bring some back off the cliff. Bring some back off the cliff? Well, if you're saying to try to save some, you can't save everybody, unfortunately. I think that's what you're saying. Back off the, but some are going to jump. Let them jump. I mean, again, I love everybody. I really do. Unless you do something seriously wrong, I love people. But tell me I didn't. Oh, son of a gun. I'm sitting here. Please stand by. I should play some elevator music because. Hang on, people. I forgot to load something. There it is. New. I hope that's it. Hang on. Boy, oh boy. I screwed this one up. Again, rushing around today, and I'm going to stop because I have to do this. I do have to do this. And I'm looking, and where is it? And what's it called? Okay. What a bummer. What a bummer. Any comments? I'll answer a comment. I need 60 seconds. So it's A, B, C. There it is. Let me just load it. Please stand by. Real professional. Sometimes these things happen. It's just a bump in the road. These things happen. And I said I was going to take it easy today, but again, we were rushing around so much that I just had to. You think you got all your bases covered, but you don't. Sometimes things just happen. Beautiful day. Is hot as hell out today. That's why I was just like, psh, so let's all take a breath. In fact, I'm doing this a bit earlier. I should wait till after this commercial, but I'm going to do it right now too. Yeah. Here's to another beautiful day in the neighborhood. Smooth. All right, so here's the deal. We're going to be right back. I want to hear from my good friends over at Clean Start Products with their money-saving fuel additive DX1 driver, because let's face it, folks, it makes sense to save money. Right.
Hello, it's Tyrone Thompson here with Clean Star Products, and we're here with William.
High-end car service.
And we've just serviced his Cadillac Escalade 2024. And we're going to be giving it a go to see what kind of results he'll be getting in his fuel mileage and any performance differences, and be checking with him later.
All right.
Thank you, William, for participating in our environmental program. We're here with High-End Car Services, my friend William, who's been using DX1 for a small time now. What kind of results have you been getting?
Up to 45.1 miles per gallon best results, and the engine has been quieter, and I can definitely feel the power in the engine. I have a diesel.
Thank you so much. We're going to keep going with the program and check in with you later. We appreciate you. The Long Life Engine Program with DX1 Driver is the only safe environmental product for your high mileage engine. DX1 is a non-toxic, clean-burning oil that goes into your fuel and your engine oil, providing lubricity for gasoline and diesel engines. You save on average 10% gasoline and 15% diesel fuel consumption. Call now for a price quote and place your order today. It's the Long Life Engine Program from Clean Star Products and Tyrone Thompson.
That's right. All I can tell you is, as I always do, 2 words. It works. Use it myself. Wouldn't have believed it. Tried it. Used it. Made a believer out of me. But don't believe me, like Tyrone said, go to their website, www.cleanstarproducts.com, and call them. There's the number even right there. Call them, ask them all the questions you want. I know you're going to be, curious. You have questions. And after they answer your questions, here's the kicker. Should you want to order, tell them you saw it on the Peter G Show. Mention it that you saw it on the Peter G Show. That's the biggest thing you have to do, because why? Good question. If you order, they're going to send you 5 bottles for the price of 4. That's right. Just say you saw it on the Peter G Show. They will send you 5 bottles for the price of 4. Now, here's why it's so important that you get the 5 for the price of 4. Again, you take one of these bottles like this. This is for the V8s. This is for like a truck, Suburban, SUVs, whatever. If you have a regular four-door sedan, just look at the difference. It's just little bitty bottles. But you get 5 bottles for the price of 4. So here's what you do. You go get a fresh oil change. When you get that oil change, you dump 1 bottle into the crankcase. It mixes all up by itself. It stays in there for the whole oil change. And then after that, all you do is when you go to fill up your tank is you put one of these bottles in the gas tank and then fuel it up. You have 4 bottles for 4 tanks of gas. You should notice the difference right then and there after the 4th tank. It'll make a believer out of you again. And Tyrone says that, he's servicing cars. That's just a technical thing. It's pretty simple stuff. Anybody can do it. So simple a caveman can do it. Just put the bottle. A woman can do it. Anybody. It's just not that hard. Just put this bottle into the fuel tank and then pump your regular gas. Everybody pumps gas. It's adding this with it. It works. Made a believer out of me. So again, go to www.cleanstarproducts.com and call that number. Talk to them. Order. Say you saw it on the Peter G Show. I'm telling you, if a deal's a deal. Doesn't get any better than that. Stuff works. It makes your car last longer. It's just good food, good body. And cars are expensive. People are keeping their cars, especially if these tariffs kick in. Take care of your car. And your car will take care of you. Nobody likes being left flat, and it's just good stuff. It works, I promise. That's it. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. Now I'm gonna do my normal. Thank you everybody for watching. Let's have a good week, and please think with your head. Breathe. Stop flying off the handle. Not everybody, just those certain percenters. But salute. Smooth. A little bit. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. So I was telling you that we're going to be talking about tariffs and things like that. So here's what I want to present to you. This is the older millennial. I've had him, his video clips a lot on this show because he makes sense. So we're going to explain tariffs. And I really hope that the haters are watching. I really do. They never do because they can't stand it. They just start internally combusting from, you can't hear the truth. Can't hear the truth. Don't want to get educated. Can't be wrong. Rather go down with the ship, fall on the sword. But this is the older millennial explaining the basics of tariffs and, the pros and cons. Mostly pros. All right? Here you go.
Y'all realize that not a single tariff that Trump has proposed is higher than the tariff that country has on us for that exact same product, right? I find it weird that I have to make this video because everybody on TikTok is suddenly fucking experts on tariffs. But you don't have to be an expert to know this fact. There is not a single tariff that Trump has proposed on another country that is higher than the tariff they already impose on us. Which means that when you're getting mad at Trump for talking about imposing a tariff, what you're saying is you're against America doing to other countries exactly what they're doing to us. You're saying that you prefer America to have a trade deficit with everybody. That the United States of America doesn't have a right to charge someone the same level of tariff they're charging us. That's dumb. That's got to be one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. The tariffs Donald Trump is proposing are not wildly out of bounds. Like I said, literally none of them are higher than the tariffs that other country already puts on us. All we're doing is making things reciprocal. We're making things equal. You liberals have to hate America. You have to hate the United States of America because you are fighting against us being equal with other nations. You are fighting against us charging other countries exactly what they charge us. You want us to be in a trade deficit with other nations. You want America to get the shittier end of every fucking trade deal. For fuck's sake, if there was ever an argument that was under foreign influence, it's that one.
He's got a point. But if you don't understand this stuff and you just listen to the TV, you're just buying into the bullshit. It's real simple. And I get it. I want to say this to the people that I know and love that are looking at me going, screw you, Peter. I was you a little over 10 years ago, just like you, watching TV, saying, the news. It's got to be true. They wouldn't lie to us. From 2012 on, they started lying to us because it became legal for the news networks to not have to care about their legitimacy. And they do lie to us. It doesn't matter. It's all about the news. Steve B. Regained half of last week's losses. There you go. There you go. What goes up must come down, vice versa. It's a short. I mean, if you call 3 days of volatile, it's like, screw it. I mean, that's anybody who knows the stock markets and things like that. And I don't claim to be any stock market genius or anything, but it's pretty, if you look at it long enough and you watch the trends, it just happens. The smart people are the ones who I'll tell you what, if you jumped ship and started selling all your stock on Monday because you believed the TV sets and all that, the people with money in the bank are swooping it all up, and that's the time to buy. And they're laughing at you like fools. You just couldn't wait it out a few days. Don't ever bet on a bet against the orange man. He has got things going on, and I don't care if you hate him or not. He's taking us. There's so many good things going on little by little, quickly. So many. But you're going to just hate to the death. And that's on you. Hate is just a crappy word. But that's where we're at. I mean, if you don't like it, that's great. Go live a miserable life. Go bitch and screaming and kicking and whatever. But I love you. I mean, because there's way other things to talk about besides this, but I just have to because this is my job. I'm Peter G, and this is the news. Here, you don't believe me? Let's go for the naysayers, all right? Let's do some before and after with your politicians, the two-faced pieces of shit that need to go. And I say that lovingly, but they do. I'm so tired of these people, these career politicians. They're millionaires because of our stupidity, believing in them. Here's Chuck Schumer talking about how stupid we are right now, but years ago, he was right saying the exact same thing that Trump is saying right now. So how does that make a difference? Here you go. Don't believe me. Listen to his own very words.
Yesterday, and I'll focus on the tariffs here. Yesterday, the president made one of the dumbest decisions in history, one that will negatively impact every single American family, every single one. He's walking us into the dumbest and most avoidable recession probably in history. I think the president's doing the right thing. China has been taking advantage of us for two decades. They're stealing our intellectual property, which means stealing our good-paying jobs. And I, frankly, am closer on this issue, not on many, but on this issue with President Trump.
Oh, righty then.
Anybody care to explain that to me? I'm listening. How do you get this asshole to be in complete agreement in 2018 or 19, whenever that was, 18, I believe. And all of a sudden now, the same thing has come up because Trump's back. Winning. And now it's the dumbest thing you could ever do. Explain it to me. Just explain it to me. And if you give me a good logical explanation, I'm in. I'm right there with you. But I'm watching his own very lips, and this is not AI, okay? There's many clips from many places. These are actual, this is what I love about video and TV and all that, because since Biden was in office, he just contradicted himself constantly. All these politicians have. You can't lie. Tape don't lie. I love it. In the recording world, making music, you screw up and you go, no, I didn't. They go, rewind the tape. It's like, aha, tape don't lie. Don't believe him? Think he's full of shit or I'm full of shit and that's like not real? How about Nancy Pelosi? My favorite. All of these, they're my tops. I have like a top 6. Nancy Pelosi, same thing. Liar, liar, pants on fire. But here, don't believe me. It's her own words.
One of the many insults that's been hurled at me over the years on social media, to hurt my feelings, is that I'm old. Thanks for stating the obvious, dumbasses. Yes, I am old, which means I'm old enough to remember when Nancy Pelosi was an advocate for the working man and believed that tariffs, in particular reciprocal tariffs, were the only answer to a trade imbalance.
I'd like to call the attention of our colleagues to this chart on the status quo that the business community is asking each and every one of us to endorse today.
You'll want to pay attention to these numbers here.
Right now, we have a $34 billion trade deficit with China, the 1995 figure. It will be over $40 billion for 1996.
Back then, Nancy had her panties all in a wad over a $40 billion trade deficit. Today, she's completely silent as we rock a $297 billion deficit. Some would call that obscene.
In terms of tariffs, I think it's interesting to note that the average U.S. MFN tariff on Chinese goods coming into the United States is 2%, whereas the average Chinese MFN tariff on U.S. goods going into China is 35%. Is that reciprocal?
Reciprocal tariffs. Now, where have I heard that before?
In a few moments, I will sign a historic executive order instituting reciprocal tariffs.
Nancy was right then. Trump is right now. Reciprocal tariffs are the only way to balance a trade imbalance. Now, you're probably asking, how could Nancy have been so brave back then? Well, she wasn't completely owned back then.
You're watching the Kramer Says Project.
See what I mean? That was 1996 when they got younger Nancy Pelosi speaking the truth. Now, back then, I can honestly say, I think the Democratic Party was for the people. They still didn't go off the rails in 1996. They were the working man's party. And I didn't like the Republicans. I thought it was, taught that it's for rich people. But then after Obama and all that, and even Bush, he was a Republican, but my God, I hated him. Again, they're all in cahoots until the orange man walked in and says, I'm not like you guys. I'm not a politician. And we got lucky enough to get him in there. And whether you believe it or not, you don't care, you think I'm crazy, he's kicking the shit out of these people. The party is over. And the only ones that were benefiting were these people, not you, not we, the people. And back then in 96, when Pelosi was talking, when you just saw, she was working for the people. But then they all got too deep. They all forgot and lost their way. And they're all bought. Just like Tim Kramer said. I love Tim Kramer too. He doesn't take any shit. They lost their way. And it's all about them making you think they care about you. FYI, they don't give a shit about you or me. And you may think that Trump just cares about his rich buddies and this and that. He's so wealthy, it doesn't matter. He wants to go down in history for making this country the second time around of revolution of amazing. And I believe it. He's got nothing to gain. He doesn't. How much more money can you have? Unless you're Bill Gates and you're a greedy devil. But we're going to get into that too tonight. But again, I was Democrat to the bone until I could see that, wait a minute. This is crazy. This is crazy talk. I mean, can you not defer crazy talk? OAC. I know a lot of people love Bernie Sanders and all that, but I don't want socialism. I'm sorry. I just don't. I'm not that lazy. Socialism does not work. It doesn't work. It's gone down. In Greece, I wish my father was alive. Tell you. They got out of socialism. They had kings and all that bullshit and all that. It's like, forget it. It doesn't work. Communism does not work. But we need a government. And they're cutting it back. It's gotten into a reckless monster. They're working at it. And you can bitch and scream and complain and tell me I'm out of my mind. All I can say is, listening, We'll see. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll admit it. I'll apologize on this show profusely. But I'm not. I see you. I finally, you know what? A couple of things I have is intuition, a little bit of like not jumping at the first reaction. I had to learn that, though. I had to learn that. It's taken a lot of years, too, and a lot of crap going through to finally like calm the fuck down. And in a lot of ways I do and have. And it's going to work. We're going to be good. But here, the stock market crashed. Everybody's freaking out. Anybody ever heard of Dave Ramsey? He kind of knows what he's talking about. He's a professional. He's telling you guys to calm the fuck down. And I say that with love. Here.
The news people are melting down. The market's down. Well, over the last 2 years, it's still net up 80%.
Let's not forget that.
Did you hear any headlines going, "You're so rich, you can't breathe"? Nobody said that. That's the. You know, what if they were as enthusiastic about reporting prosperity as they were a temporary dip in the market? So here's the rule, boys and girls. The definition of investor is you are thinking long term. If you have a long term mentality and the stock market goes down, those of us that have been investing in the market steadily for 30 or 40 years, not 30 or 40 minutes, we smile when it goes down and buy more. It's on sale. Not, I'm going to lose everything. Oh, God. Oh, jeez. Take a dadgum chill pill. Seriously. Do I know how much it's going to fall under the Trump tariff thing, whatever the flip you want to call this thing is he's doing right now? I can't tell. But aside from all that, doesn't matter. 100% chance that the American economy is not going to crumble over this. 100% chance. So 100% chance that a year from now we're going to be sitting here smiling, those of us that did not take out our money. The only person that gets hurt on a roller coaster are those that jump off in the middle. Keep your hands inside the ride at all times, boys and girls, and wait for the coaster to come to a stop. And you will be just fine.
Sounds about right to me. Actually, yeah. I wouldn't jump off a roller coaster in the middle of the ride. And when you take off on a roller coaster, they tell you to keep your hands inside the damn thing. Don't be stupid. And he had a little bit more disciplined way of telling you to calm the fuck down. But I like inflecting language once in a while because it's very it gets the point across. It just does. It's, you know, I mean, there's so many ways you can say certain phrases that mean so. You can say certain words in different ways that can mean 3 or 4 different, completely different things. I like it. But if you guys are just, God, I just see it. I'm telling you, I wake up in the morning, and again, this is my job, and so I'm scanning around and so what's going on, what are the news feeds saying, and I watch a good bit of them. And, you know, I don't care if you don't like Fox. I take Fox with a grain of salt. There's a few things that I like about it. I don't believe everything. I look at everybody, and there's a lot I hate. There's more shit out there than there is good. But sometimes, like last week when I showed that Doge interview, it's like, show me some other news network that gets the whole group of those people that are doing the work to explain to you exactly what the hell they're doing. And then you watch the video, some of you, and a lot of you are in complete agreement, you understand, but a lot of you going, they're just lying to you. It's like, shut up. You just can't stand the truth. You can't stand it because you want to be right. You'll go down in your grave and go. I don't care. Look at this face. I don't care. Hi, my name's Peter. Everybody can do whatever you want to do. It's your life. Go be pissed off somewhere. I don't care. Did I say I didn't care? Because this is what we have to work with. I mean, I watch what has happened to our population and the people. Like, we have a percentage of people that are just retarded to the bone. I mean, I don't mean special needs retarded. I mean, what the hell is wrong with you? Don't believe me? Here. All right? Just here. And then we'll talk.
Easy, dude. You don't have our consent to do this.
Don't touch me.
You
Don't touch me!
Whoa.
Don't touch me!
I didn't touch you for nothing.
You touched me! Don't touch me!
You want some money? He's touching
Can we
him.
get someone around these people,
Yeah,
please?
walk around them, circle.
Elbows!
Easy,
circle,
easy.
Elbows!
circle.
Easy,
Elbows.
easy.
No.
Easy.
You're not here to.
Wait.
You're not here for the program.
Whoa.
Police!
What? Get the police. What did I do?
Don't feed the trolls!
No. Get off.
Elbows around!
Fascist. It's the go-to insult of the modern political left. But do they actually know what it means? Let's go to the dictionary, shall we? Fascism, a political philosophy that exalts nation and often race above the individual, and that stands for a centralized autocratic government headed by a dictatorial leader, severe economic and social regimentation, and forcible suppression of opposition. Sounds like a dangerous authoritarian regime. Roll the tape.
Elbows around. Holy cow. Don't let me go.
Intimidation? Check.
Elbows!
Forcible suppression of opposition?
Man, we are
Check.
people.
Trying to control what people say, where they walk, and who gets to speak? Triple check.
What's going on, everybody?
Here's the
Look, we got a
twist.
crowd coming.
It's not coming from the people they accuse. It's
Dude,
coming
touch
from the
me.
accusers
Bro,
themselves.
Who's touching me?
The irony
I'm
is so
not
thick,
that attractive to be
you'd
followed
need a
by
government
two
permit
Come
to
on,
just
man,
cut
get off
through
me.
it.
Get off the property. Go.
Ma'am.
What you're seeing is political projection at its peak, a psychological trick where people accuse you of what they're actually doing.
I am fighting for our country. Okay. You guys get off me.
Zone 5 agitators.
I ain't no agitator.
Yes, you are.
He's the one agitating.
And guess
me.
what?
Ma'am, I
That's
can't even
page
see
one
you.
of every authoritarian playbook.
Oh, Jesus.
So the next time someone screams fascist into a megaphone, look around. Ask yourself, who's doing the silencing? Who's chasing who off public property? Who's demanding absolute obedience to their views and punishing anyone who strays? Because the true fascist probably isn't wearing a red hat.
It'd be better if Donald Trump wasn't in president.
And that's the part they don't want you to figure out.
Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Grab their microphone. They freak out. Bro, these...
Help! He's hurting me! Help!
You look like a fool. You know that's who you are? A freaking fool. I am. I'm looking professional. Oh my gosh.
Help! He's touching me!
Bro, you...
Help!
You're breaking into people.
I'm not...
Help!
What is going on? This guy's a lunatic.
Don't touch me! Don't touch me! These are people who don't go all the way up to the top floor, finding a way to fit in and feeling like they have a purpose, and then getting the feeling of authoritism. This is like, and my Gulf Coast friends will understand, this is like hiring an Ivan Levine. Hey, you want to buy a balloon? And putting him in there, and he thinks, security, security, don't touch me. It's retards. Doesn't make sense. Again, circle around him. These friggin' nut jobs. Again, they have no idea what exactly they're doing, but they're doing it because they feel like they're doing something important, even though they don't really understand what the hell they're doing, besides saying, Orange man bad. Orange man bad. And that's it. That's all I know. Elon Musk, Nazi. And that's it. They friggin' program their heads, throw them a couple of bucks, and they feel like they're friggin' on top of the world. Wanna buy a balloon? Hey, wanna buy a balloon? That's for my Gulf Coast friends. Hey, wait a minute. Citizens arrest. Oh boy, the memories. The memories. Okay, okay. Am I? Is that just like one? Okay, Peter, that's like one example, but that so what? That's one time. Here's another one. All right. These are people who are mentally, there's something not right. It's just not, I'm not saying they're not functionable in life, but there's just an off something. And, I stand behind, my name is Peter G, and I stand behind that statement. Here you go.
To the criminal charge of rape. He is credibly alleged of having raped a 14-year-old girl. Is that what you want for your president?
Absolutely not. Right? Which one are you guys talking about?
I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
You're good, my friend. You're good.
I was talking about our alleged president, our fascist, Nazified, idiot, moronic.
The Mango Menace?
Break our NATO alliance, turn our allies against us, steal our money, throw 71 million people off Medicaid that people depend on. 71 million people. Is this what you want? Do you want money taken from your grandma? Do you want to not support battered women and abused children? Is that what you believe? Stand up and say it, fascists. Stand up and say it. I'm standing up and saying what I believe. You stand up and say what you believe, and not platitudes, and not idolatry. Let's hear ideas. You have no ideas. All you have is hate, racism, stupidity, and greed.
A round of applause for that right there. He has been waiting a while for that. Yeah, that was great. What do you think about the vandalism that's going on at Tesla dealerships around the country? And we're not the TV, so you can say whatever you want.
You know, I still for no violence unless we're pushed. I mean, they want us to do violence so they can declare martial law. So that's why I'm against the violence. They are police officers? Okay. Do you want my name?
What are you guys out here protesting today? What's the number one thing to be anti-Elon for?
Stop the oligarchy. We want Americans. He's not elected, and he has no business doing what he's doing. We don't want the billionaires taking over our country.
Are you trying it? Oh, let me get you on Facebook. Hold on.
Yeah, we're stopping the oligarchy. That's what it's all about.
But did you feel that way?
They pit American against American so that they can pick our pockets.
Did you feel that way when Kamala Harris actually got more donations from more billionaires than Trump did?
I felt like I had a buffer, at least, with the Democrats. Now we have no buffer. Okay, so at least we were fooled with Kamala in there, that we're going to be on a slow bleed, and now we're on the, take it right. I'm living on Social Security, and for the first time...
this girl is interviewing people who know... My name's Jenna.
Also, Jenna, I'd like to mention that Social Security is not an entitlement. It's something that put in 8% of every one of my paychecks. My employer put in 8%. They did not give me a retirement account because they said you have a government retirement.
Evidently.
Okay.
Look how serious they are.
Yeah, that's why I didn't make money.
Wow. Who are they here for anyway? It's like someone hired them because they're routinely attacked at events or something.
Yeah, if I was Tesla, I would hire security. I don't blame them. I've had companies in the past where things happen. I hire security.
Yeah, or perhaps just a little girl who films YouTube videos that gets attacked at these types of events.
I gotta tell you, as many times as I've seen that video when we chose to put it in for this week, the first guy who's screaming at the top of his lungs and I mean, he's literally probably in that crowd. He has to get the crown as supreme idiot. And then you got the other guy with his wife or whatever admitting that, well, at least they were fooled with Kamala Harris. At least we're fooled with her. So that's better. Instead of transparency, telling you what we're going to do, telling you what's going to happen, which is happening. The Orange Man exactly told you what he's going to do. We voted for that. And majority of the people are happy as hell. He's following through with his promises. See? Promises made, promises kept. And for all you sourpusses, tough. Because at the end of the day, we're going to be okay. Hey, it rhymes. At the end of the day, we're going to be okay. But to watch this, it's retarded. It is. Those are the protests. Screaming. Just don't know what's going on. But again, these are the people we're dealing with. And at the end of the day, these are the people in life that just have no purpose and are just, we've allowed them to like just go astray without helping them to normalize to like, and telling them it's okay to be a fucktard. Okay? It's okay. It's okay. just be as weird as you want to be. And it is okay. It is okay. But don't expect me to give a shit. Exhibit A.
Hey guys, Brittany here.
Hey Brittany.
Really angry and splitting so much.
Splitting? Do you even know what you're talking about?
I have a horrible headache and I just can't stop splitting. And if you're familiar with splitting, it's basically like getting angry at people and like not being able to control it and stuff like that. So yeah.
So you have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know the exact definition of splitting, but I could tell I'm doing it right now. I also just realized I haven't taken my meds in like 2 days, so, you know, that could be contributing to this also.
You think?
I'm just like, I literally don't know what to do.
Here's what I think. First off, you should probably get those hog's teeth out of your nose. I believe they're probably affecting your oxygen supply. And you're probably getting metal poison from all that fishing tackle in your face. And you should probably consider getting yourself a new barber, because you just got you all jacked up. That's probably why you're crying. But as far as splitting, the only splitting I see is your ears. Have you looked at them? I mean, if you put one more size hoop in there, those bad boys are gonna split completely in half. I believe that's the split, and you should probably be considered about there, girl.
I love good old boys because they're not really rednecks. There's a lot of guys, good old boys, that just look at it like this guy and just calmly saying, it don't make a lick of sense. It don't make a lick of sense. You crazy. That's probably your problem. This is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with this kind of shit and saying it's okay. And we've created that. Not everybody. We've allowed people to just go off the deep end without help steering them before they start doing all this crazy ass stuff. It's not normal. And okay, to each their own. But she's obviously a mess. People do this stuff when they're trying to find a way out. And then we've introduced all these different stupidity things to do to your face and to yourself, and it's supposed to make you feel better? Come on. And this is what happens. And then you end up in the hospital, if not dead. And this is a man who ended up in the hospital, and thank God surgery helped save him. But this is what happens, and don't let this happen to you, folks. Here you go.
It's okay. Take a deep breath. You had a surgery. You've been under anesthesia, but you're okay. We're gonna get you out of here.
What's going on?
Well, you had an event, and we had to operate, but you're gonna be okay.
Why is my rear end killing me?
We had to perform an emergency intracranial rectal removal, and the worst part is, this has been happening a lot. This is the second time you've been in the hospital because your head has been up your. I need to ask you something. Are you a Democrat?
Yeah, of course I am. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I was in the Union about 20 years ago.
Okay. Oh, slow down. We don't want that head to go back up there. All right? This happens a lot with liberals. Your beliefs and the way you vote affects the way your head relates with your butthole. And it'll just go right up there, and it'll block reality.
But we gotta be loyal, and no matter what they say.
Whoa, shush. It'll happen right as I'm sitting here. It's not pleasant to watch. We spent a lot of money. Your insurance isn't going to cover it anymore. Okay? So this is it. This can't happen again. So I want you to take a look at this. That is the Constitution. Now look at it, read it, and that's going to affect the way you see the world. Welcome aboard. I'm also going to write you a prescription for a couple of old Ronald Reagan speeches and some patriotic films. Maybe 13 hours. I want you to watch those. I'm going to send in a nurse in with some Jell-O and a pile of money.
Okay.
Think about that.
Yeah, I don't want my head up, man. Ever again.
No.
Oh my God, it hurts.
Yeah, you should be the guy that has to get that thing out of there. Sorry about the smell.
Yeah, I guess it's my upper lip.
Yep, we're going to get some Purell in here. Hang tight.
Thank you. Constitution. Whew.
You see what's happening, people? There's an extreme amount of people that are suffering from having their head up their asses. Please help now. With your small contribution, you can keep people from getting their head up their asses. You don't want that happening. It's not pleasant, but it happens. It's happening right now. I'm trying to help you. Don't mention it. I'm asking for nothing in return besides some common sense. Don't get your head up your ass. Pull your head out of your ass. It's not a place to be. It's not the in thing. It's not hip. Just saying. Can we talk about Bill Gates? Oh, wait. Hang on. I think Oh, you like that, do you? Steve likes that. Thank you. It's true, you know. This is what's happening. We have a small percentage of people with their heads up their asses. And they can't hear. You can't hear when your head is up your ass. You can't hear. It's too much ass, especially some. You can't hear. Blocks out all the sensibility in you. And that's the problem. Your head is so far up your ass that the last words you heard that sent your head up your ass, and that's the last thing you believe. You have to pray that your common sense will come back to you. It happens. It does happen. Okay? It happens. You're still savable. But if you want to go down with the ship, just stick with the again. And I'm talking to the wall. You're saying, "Screw you, Peter. I'm going to catch. Believe me, I'll catch the mail this week." And remember, I don't care. I'm out for the people who are open-minded and who are just somewhat not really conscious of what's going on. They just know it's going on, but want to be better informed. That's my job. I'm not here to save you. Although I want to help you. Because again, it's almost like being a drug addict and then you survive it and you become a drug counselor. Hi, my name is Peter. Minus the drug addict, minus the drug counselor. I too believed in the system until I figured out the system was fucked up. I'm swearing a lot today. But I make no apologies. Because it is. It's messed up. And we got somebody in there right now that's trying to unmess this mess. And it's a decades and decades deep of the swamp. The people that are just getting rich off of our stupidity. And God bless them. So you don't like it, fine. I'm good with that. But all this is coming out. I'm telling you, there's a bunch of stuff. He's got people. He's got this. He has. It's almost as if we had to go through all that crap with Biden to let Trump really just regain strength and all that. I mean, if he came in after, and won 2 terms in a row, we might not be in this good a position. But he's learned so much. And this time, you don't bet against this man. Don't bet against this man. And it's for your own good. We the people. But again, they're going down kicking and screaming because we're screwing them up. They don't want you. They want you to hate him. And you're falling right into their trap. You'll get it. You'll figure it out. Let's talk about Bill Gates. I've always said, not always, but these past 5-7 years, Bill Gates is evil. I can't believe this Microsoft guy is so evil. And he is. And here's RFK talking about Bill Gates, because this has got to stop. He's I can't say that word. He's detrimental to our livelihood, period. Here you go.
And I know most about Gates, because I've written a book about him, and that what he calls philanthrocapitalism, which is you use philanthropy to make yourself rich, and you use it strategically, and that's what he's done again and again. He's gotten control of the World Health Organization so that they mandate vaccines all over the world, and the companies that make those vaccines are Gates is, in many of them, the major shareholder. And he did the same thing with the Green Revolution. He got a hold of the regulatory agencies in African countries and forced them to change the nature of agriculture. There's 20,000 generations of agriculture of people growing crops like sorghum and plantains and yucca and all these plants for subsistence. And he said, no, we're going to transfer them all to these, GMO monocultures of corn, and then we're going to bring in companies that he owns, Kraft, Coca-Cola, McDonald's, these big food companies, processing companies, to buy that, and that's going to be the deal. And then, of course, during COVID, all of that shut down, and you had, there's 30 million Africans now as a direct result of Gates' policy who are now on the edge of starvation.
I don't like Bill Gates. I don't like Bill Gates. I don't like Bill Gates. There. Said it. He's a piece of shit. It's hard to believe this nerd is so evil. Him and the whole WHO and UWF and all of them, they got to go. And who's going to make it happen? The person that you're, not all, led to believe is the worst guy on the planet, the orange man. He's not having it. He sees right through them. He's going to ruin their game for you, not for him. He could be laying on a beach. He doesn't need to do this. He doesn't even get paid for being president. Not a single president has not collected a paycheck, except for Trump. You guys just don't. But again, they've really conditioned you to hate the guy, and it sucks. It really sucks. I want to touch real quick on my California. We had those really bad fires in Pacific Palisades. It burned out the rich. The people who voted for Governor Gavin Newsom, biggest piece of crap in California. He's destroyed this state. People are leaving in drones. This used to be the greatest state, better than most countries, and he has ruined it. It's going to take a long time to get this place back. Until we get rid of him and find somebody who's going to care for this state, people are leaving left and right. Companies are leaving left and right. He's made it impossible for Hollywood to survive. There's directors and producers in Hollywood jobless, delivering DoorDash, losing their houses because he's made it impossible for the movie industry to even survive. Warner Brothers, the iconic Warner Brothers with the water tower in Burbank, they're moving to Nevada. It just blows my mind. I moved here because of Hollywood, the hot spot for music. Now the music industry's shit anyway, it doesn't matter. But Hollywood, it doesn't matter anymore. It's just you can't preserve it anymore because they won't allow you to keep the dream going. They've made it impossible for these companies to function, for work to get done here, and people are leaving. So they burned out Pacific Palisades. They want that property. And again, this is just like Lahaina. This is just like Hawaii. This is just like North Carolina. This is just like Chile. This is just like, not Cabo San Lucas. Cabo San Lucas. Oh my God. Gulf of Mexico. They're ruining 15-minute cities, folks. 15-minute cities. This is what's happening. And now they burned out Pacific Palisades, and people are losing, and some will be able to rebuild and some won't. But don't worry, our illustrious governor will be happy to buy that property out through, a bunch of people putting their monies together to rip you off, period. Here you go.
Hello, it's Tyrone.
Whoops.
Some ideas around some land use concerns he has around speculators coming in, buying up properties, and the like. So we're already working with our legal teams to move those things forward.
The LA land grab is officially happening, guys, and it's being perpetrated by none other than Gavin Newsom himself. Governor Newsom announces LA Rises, a private sector initiative led by Mark Walter, Irving Magic Johnson, and Casey Wasserman to support the swift and unified rebuilding of Los Angeles. They're talking about $100 million of seed funding. Now, in terms of the characters involved, Magic Johnson, you probably already know who he is. But Casey Wasserman, who is he? Well, first off, he is a major campaign contributor to Gavin Newsom. But he also just happens to be the chairman of the board for the LA 2028 Olympics. Now, I don't want to get into conspiracy theories, but let me just play you this clip here.
And he took away the Sepulveda Basin, which is all the shit that I'm doing in preparation for the Olympics.
Is that Hanson Dam?
No, Hanson Dam is Monica's. The basin is the middle of the valley.
Oh, okay.
That's between the 405 and the 101.
Oh.
That's huge. It's always on fire. That huge fucking piece of land. I'm working out a deal with LA 2028. The mayor's involved.
Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like they're preparing for some sort of land grab should that opportunity ever arise. But to be fair, here's what Casey Wasserman had to say himself. Quote, I've been a lifelong Angelino, and what I admire most about this city is its resilience and unity. There's nothing Los Angeles can't achieve. LA Rises will channel the unmatched creativity, resources, and generosity of the private sector to rebuild our city and pave the way for a stronger future. But meanwhile, LA fire victims are already being forced to sell their burned down homes at a loss. The Washington Post is recording hundreds of scorched lots being sold, some still with toxic debris still to be cleared. That is not ideal. But at least we have this to look forward to.
Smart City 2028. It's sickening. It's sickening, the evilness that is happening. I'm tired. I'm done. So done. They don't give a shit about you or me or anybody else. And this time they burned out the rich, the people that voted for them. Adam Carolla, God bless Adam Carolla. He's going around there and poking around and keeping updates on what's going on. But at the end of the day, if you don't have enough money to survive it, because they've all lost millions, not thousands, millions. And they can't come back to it. And it's like, don't worry, like we're going to rebuild. They make it sound like they're doing something great. They're stealing, and then they're going to make it the way they want it. Just like Maui is going to happening. We don't hear a lot about Maui. I need to probably do another show on that. See where we're at. But again, you can't, it's such a huge entity. Unless you get enough people to raise hell, you can't fight them. Bring awareness. I've not let up on that kind of stuff. But it's just me. And a few others. But it's evil. Los Angeles, the mayor, they're all in cahoots. It's just, you heard the phone call that they got that piece of tape on. They're talking about the 405, the Sepulveda Basin. It's right in the heart where the 101 and the 405 cross in the San Fernando Valley. A lot of homeless people live there too. It's a basin. It's not a residential area. But again, You know, they got their plans, and whatever it takes. Collateral damage, who cares? I care. I care. But I am just one with a voice, and I'm using it. I'm using it. I hope some of this stuff makes sense to you guys. I'm not just doing it because I have nothing better to do. I got tons of things to do. But I believe in what I believe, and I stand behind it. I do. It's just too much. It's just fascinating. I've never seen this much turmoil and corruption. I just haven't. Or maybe I wasn't paying attention in the past, but I'm pretty sure there's way more now than there has ever been. But the beauty of it is you can't sneak as much stuff by everyone anymore because of social media. Like, you know, we never had cell phones back in the day. And when they assassinated JFK, it's like, you know, you only had the TV cameras and a few people with some actual like 35 millimeter cameras. Not like everybody's got a phone nowadays. And we're living in different times, and they're still troubled times. I'm sick of it. I'm just tired of they still think they can get away with this stuff. We, the people, need to say, I'm awake, and we know, and we're watching you. Those of you who want to fight and think and stay with the system, God bless you. I hope you come around. But some people just can't bear to say, you know what, I was wrong. It happens. They sold it really good. They really did. I'm sick of it, though. Either way, I thank you for watching this. I don't know what I'm doing next week. I really don't. I'm hoping I can, you know, I'll rearrange things if I can get Stephen Rosen back on, because again, we had a problem with just, you know, screw ups. I mean, things happen. But Stephen Rosen, veteran rock journalist, if I do, I'll have him on next week. If not, next week is next week. Let's all live to talk about it. All right. Because that's what it's all about. I love life, and I'm here to bring you things that maybe you don't understand, maybe you're not aware of, or maybe you are, or maybe you don't care. But this is what I do. And you're watching Life with Peter G, The Peter G Show, every Wednesday like clockwork, 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, and 9 p.m. on the East Coast, and God willing, because I need all the help I can get, and I get it. And I appreciate you guys. Please subscribe. YouTube, Peter G Show. Hit the subscribe button. It's free. Just hit the friggin' thing. Will you please help me? Facebook, the official Facebook page. Hit the follow or the like, whatever it is. Hit that too. I'm on Instagram for the short clips. TikTok. Follow them. It's free. I'm not asking for much. I'm not. Just do it. Don't forget the audio. For those of you who like to listen to audio podcasts, Peter G Show's on 26 different platforms. Your Spotify, your Amazon Music, YouTube podcasts. You know what I'm talking about. Easy to find. Just Google Peter G Show podcast and it comes up. Hit it. Put an earbud in your ear and take me on the road with you wherever you're going, whatever you're doing. It's that simple. It really is. It really is that simple. And that's basically it. I don't care. I say things because I do care. But I know I'm not going to please everybody, and I make no apologies, all right? Because I'm trying to bring out what I truly believe is the truth. Whether you want to believe it or not, you're entitled to your opinion, your thoughts, your goals and dreams and aspirations, but I care about the majority of the people in this world. I want everybody to be happy. Happy is good. Life is short. I'm well past the peak of my life, and I want to live the rest of my life happy and with no regrets. I intend to. And I want you to also, because when I see you, I want to say, hey man, how's it going? Life is good. And we can do that, but we need to stick together, okay? My name is Peter G. Thank you for watching Life with Peter G, The Peter G Show. Please, please, please subscribe and share and follow and all that stuff like I'm asking, man. And I'm not asking a whole lot. It's all free. You don't have to do very much. That's it. And here's a little something from our president, which I love. And we'll see you next week, all right? As always, I truly love you guys, and peace out.
This executive order is for allowing people who are complaining about your tariffs to be permanently labeled as whiny, retarded, sad little bitches.
Hold it. This is a good one. Is everybody listening?
Peter G. Show. Divorced dad, single dad, divorced dad, single dad. Peter G. Show.